You walk into a coffee shop at 7:47 in the morning. The barista does not look up from the espresso machine. You order a medium coffee. She nods once, takes your $5, hands you a cup. You sit down. No one at the counter noticed you arrived. No one will notice when you leave. 3 days later, you walk into the same coffee shop. Different clothes? A watch that costs more than the car you drove last year? You order the same medium coffee? The barista's eyes move toward you before you finish speaking. She smiles. She remembers you from Tuesday, she says. She upgrades you to a large. On the house. Nothing changed about the coffee. Everything changed about how the world treated you. This is not imagination. This is not paranoia. This is documented social mechanics, studied at Princeton and Stanford, replicated across dozens of experiments over the past 15 years. Source: Princeton Department of Psychology, Status Signaling Study 2019. When a stranger encounters you, they are running a rapid calculation. Within the first 4 seconds, they are assessing your net worth based on visible signals. Clothing, posture, the objects you carry, the way you move through space. Source: Stanford Graduate School of Business, Interpersonal Bias Research, 2021. That calculation determines how they will treat you for the next 30 seconds, the next 30 minutes, or the next 30 years if you become a regular customer. The cruelty is not that this happens. The cruelty is that you begin to believe you deserve it. You are surviving on $800 a month. You live in a studio apartment with a window that faces a brick wall. You eat rice and beans most nights because that is what the math allows. You walk into a bank to ask about a savings account. The teller is polite. She is professional. She explains the minimum balance requirement, $500. You have $743 to your name. You meet the requirement, but something in her posture tells you that you are not the kind of person who usually sits in this chair. The chair is not uncomfortable. The discomfort is internal. It is the knowledge that you are being tolerated, not welcomed. She processes your paperwork in 4 minutes and 12 seconds. You time it later when you think about the interaction. The customer behind you, in a pressed blazer and Italian leather shoes, receives a handshake and a 15-minute conversation about investment opportunities. Source: Federal Reserve Survey of Consumer Finances, Service Disparities Study, 2022. You begin to understand that money is not just purchasing power. Money is a language that strangers speak fluently, and if you do not speak it, they respond to you in a different register. You are now earning $40,000 a year. You have been earning this for 3 years. You have a car that runs reliably. You have health insurance. You go to a restaurant with a friend who earns $90,000 a year. The friend is not richer in any way that matters. You both order the same entree. You both leave a 20% tip. But when the waiter approaches the table, he addresses the friend first. He makes eye contact with the friend. When you speak, the waiter's gaze shifts to you, then back to the friend. By the end of the meal, you have become the friend's accessory. The waiter never directly addresses you again. Source: Cornell Hotel and Restaurant Administration Quarterly, Service Interaction Study, 2020. This is the moment when you begin to feel the weight of invisibility. You have $150,000 in the bank. You bought a house. You have a mortgage. You have a career that people recognize at dinner parties. You walk into a doctor's office for a routine appointment. The receptionist smiles. She knows your name before you say it. The doctor spends 14 minutes with you, slightly above the national average of 12 minutes and 40 seconds. Source: Journal of the American Medical Association, Physician Time, Allocation Study, 2023. He remembers that you mentioned a shoulder problem last visit. He asks about it. You feel seen. You feel like your time matters. You do not realize yet that this is the first moment when strangers began to treat you like a person whose time has value. The shift is subtle. It is not dramatic. It is the difference between being processed and being attended to. You have $500,000, you own your house outright. You have a second property in a state where you have considered retiring. You walk into a luxury hotel in a city you are visiting for 3 days. You are wearing jeans and a plain t-shirt. You have been traveling for 8 hours. You look tired. The concierge at the front desk glances at you, the way a security guard glances at someone entering a building. Routine, automatic. You approach the desk. Before you speak, a manager appears. Not the concierge, the manager. She greets you by name. Your reservation was under your name, she explains, and she recognized you from your photograph in a local business publication from 2 years ago. She upgrades your room. She offers restaurant recommendations. She gives you a private number to call if you need anything at any hour. You have not spent any additional money. You have not done anything to earn this treatment. You have simply crossed an invisible threshold where your presence is now registered as significant. Source: Cornell Hospitality Review, Elite Guest Treatment Protocol 2024. You begin to understand that wealth is not just about what you can buy. Wealth is about what people will give you without you asking. You are now worth $2 million. You walk into a car dealership. You are wearing jeans and a plain t-shirt. You have just come from a hiking trail. You look like you cannot afford the coffee in the waiting room. A salesman glances at you. He does not approach. He is busy with another customer. A man in a tailored suit. A man who looks like money. You wait for 12 minutes. No one acknowledges you. You leave. You return the next day. You are wearing a suit. You are wearing a watch that costs more than the car the other man was considering buying. You walk through the same door. 3 salesmen turn toward you. One of them rushes over. His posture has changed. His voice has changed. He is no longer a salesman. He is a consultant. He is not trying to sell you a car. He is trying to become your trusted advisor. He learns your name. He learns that you prefer German engineering. He learns that you have a vacation home in Colorado and you drive to it every August. None of this information was necessary. All of it was offered. Source: Harvard Business School, Luxury Market Dynamics Study, 2023. You realize something in this moment that you will spend the rest of your life confirming. Strangers do not see you. They see the signal. They respond to the signal. The signal is wealth. You have $8 million. You are at a private airport in a city you rarely visit. You are wearing clothes that cost more than most people's monthly rent, but you are not thinking about it. The clothes are simply what you wear. A woman at the gate recognizes you, not because she knows you, because she knows the type of person who travels through this gate at this hour. She offers you a beverage. She tells you that your jet is being prepared and will be ready in 20 minutes. She does not ask if you want to wait in the lounge. She simply directs you there, as if your presence there is the natural order of things. You have crossed into a world where respect is assumed, where attention is automatic, where strangers treat you with a deference that they would never extend to the person you were 10 years ago, even though you are the same person in every way that matters. But here is what the research does not tell you. Here is what you discover only by living it. The higher you climb, the lonelier it becomes. Not because people treat you worse, because they treat you differently in a way that prevents genuine connection. A stranger who treats you with deference is not treating you as a person. They are treating you as a category. They are responding to a symbol, not to you. At $8 million, you sit in a restaurant with a business associate. The waiter treats you both with identical respect. He addresses you both directly. He remembers both of your preferences. But you notice something. He is treating you the way he would treat anyone at this price point. He is not treating you as an individual. He is treating you as a member of a club. And membership in that club requires that you never be fully known, because being fully known would require vulnerability, and vulnerability is incompatible with the appearance of certainty that wealth demands. You walk into a room and people notice you. They assume you have answers. They assume you have solved problems that they are still struggling with. You have not solved anything. You have simply accumulated enough money that your mistakes are now called strategy and your luck is called foresight. The invisible hierarchy that began at $800 a month has not disappeared. It has only become more invisible because now you are at the top of it, and people at the top rarely see the structure that is holding them up. Here's what you know by the end of this journey. Strangers calibrate their treatment of you based on a calculation that takes 4 seconds. That calculation is based on signals that you may or may not be intentionally sending. Those signals determine whether you are seen as a person or as a category. And once you understand this, you cannot unsee it. You will notice it in every interaction. You will feel it in the way a doctor's receptionist smiles at you or does not smile. You will hear it in the tone a bank teller uses when she explains a service to you. You will see it in the eyes of a waiter as he decides whether you are worth his full attention. The brutal truth is this: the world does not see you. The world sees your net worth, and it responds accordingly. The question you have to answer for yourself is whether that response is worth the price you paid to earn it.